This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. We're going to dig into the details. Hit the link in the description if you'd like to see our indicator suite. Now, the rising wedge. The rising wedge. People will say, well, we broke down. Yes, we did. Okay, but the bottom of the wedge is the target. You guys hear that all the time. We're going to talk about that very briefly. In terms of the probabilities and percentages, we go by percentage probabilities. Believe it or not, a 32 to a 42% chance. Only a 32 to a 42% chance of getting to the bottom of that wedge is highly relevant. Let's dig into the details, guys. Let's shout out also to who was trading? VIP were trading. Look at 816% Liam from Scotland. Way to trade. Guys, what did he do? Well, he hit that 60-40 split on the rising wedge. Boom. Way to go, Liam. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the VIP who are trading. Let's dig into the charts, and I'll remind you, we're coming to you from La Jolla, California. Beautiful La Jolla, California. That's our HQ 2023 in the house. Now, as we would look at yesterday's video, was very nice. In terms of the downside price action, expecting a break below which line? Let's talk about this. In terms of the specific channel formation, let you know that typically this is going to be a bearish pattern, okay? It's typically going to be a bearish pattern anytime you have a rising channel. At some point, the bulls are expected to run out of steam. So we've come back to a preceding pivot to the left. If you trade Bitcoin a lot, I'm going to tell you guys, pay attention. If you trade Bitcoin a lot, please listen. Look for a prior pivot to the left, period. If you start to do that, if you start to at least look for a prior pivot to the left or a pickup, you will start to notice, Bitcoin really likes to do this. She really likes to pick up at a prior pivot to the left. That's where we're at right now. Let's dig into the details. In terms of the chart work, just a little bit more. And guys, just remember, we got a 32 to 42% chance of hitting to the downside of that wedge. That's something to be considered and to be reckoned with. Where do we get the 32 to 42% probability? That is from the last 40 plus years, okay? That's the last 4 decades. Pay attention. Last 4 decades information accumulated in the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns tells us on the rising wedge, yes, that we are looking, in order to reach this downside full height target, would be a 32 to a 42% chance of reaching the bottom of the wedge. So we got a 1 in 3 chance, a little bit greater than that, of reaching to the downside in terms of that 20K. So we're interested in the following pickups, okay, and the TA, which is going to be expressed in terms of that rising channel, yes. Downside target unfulfilled thus far, yes, okay. Amplitude move to the downside. And just recall this. I'll say this, anytime you're on top of a rising wedge towards the apex, this is a very tricky zone, very trappy zone typically, okay? So looking at the specifics, we have a downside target. What is the obstacle for the bears? Yes, for the bears right now, the obstacle, the key obstacle is going to be that 23.6, looking in from that low to the high of the intermediary portion of the range, not the full range, but the intermediary portion from this pour down. If you guys will recall that weekly 20 moving average pickup, and shout out to Venus. Yeah, she caught this beautiful move to the downside, still up there. What is that? Up over 40%, still maxed out at over 55%. So nice pickup. But this intermediary zone right now, we are at the 23.6. So again, near the top of a rising wedge. Well, this is a tricky zone. We would prefer, as always, I'm going to tell you, anytime that we have a broadening wedge formation, and these pay, guys. These are typically good paying patterns. Looking at the resistance to the support, we would prefer to get down and out of this pattern to the extent that we can. It's just going to be considered a value area, okay? To the extent that we can consider this not just a broadening wedge, but a bump and run. There we go, guys. Bam. That would be very nice. The key consideration is going to be this level of resistance. Pay attention to it. If we can get lower, we are going to be well suited to traject some profits back into the equation. I say that based upon the way that Bitcoin has behaved. The multitude of these patterns that we have traded over the last 2 to 3 weeks, VIP, you know in the back. If you're not in the back with us on Slack, We trade on Slack. Slack is, it's a group enterprise dynamic. It's just a team with their own charts. It's like a Twitter, a Discord, but it has enterprise level of security. If you're VIP and not in Slack yet, you need to come on over with the rest of the crew. So what I'll say is congratulations to the VIP who have traded. Right now we're in a bit of flux. I'm letting you know again, guys, that 32 to 42% chance of hitting 20K. It's not a probability that we would want to really focus on. If you're interested as well, right now on the 4 hourly, we are at the 200 exponential moving average. 200 EMA is in play directly right now. And I just tell you guys, focus on our daily. Right now we're on our daily. As I look at this, we're on our daily pro lower line. That's fire and ice, guys. That's fire and ice. Would love to get into that 26.5. The green buy line would be about the miracle of hitting a fire sale line in line with that bottom side of that rising wedge, that 32 to 42% chance. So congrats if you're in the profits. Way to go, way to trade. We will be in the back. We're looking at an ascending triangle right now. We'll need a little momentum to get to the upside. That's how we roll, guys. We hit up the charts in the back, and we're always trading. Shout out to all the VIP, and we'll talk to you soon. This is London, and remember, former hedge fund owner, private, not as C, not financial advice, Duke University, Harvard Business School, and guys, let's rock and roll. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.